What advice would you give your 21-year-old self? Subhanallah.
To be more positively curious about his faith.
That age.
Yes, at 21, to be more positively curious about my faith.
Yeah.
I think I got that way much later. I wish I'd gotten that way much earlier. That is one thing that I truly, looking back, given a chance, I would have done differently.
Yeah. For me, I think the advice I would give myself at 21 is, Mariam, you've got this. I was very needy of validation. Because I was a very insecure teenager. I didn't have a mind of my own. My friends would say jump, I'd say how high. I was influenced a lot by others, and I so desperately wanted to fit in. And to go from that today, but alhamdulillah, all I say is it was part of my story. Allah didn't give me that at that stage, or switch on that hunger, that thirst, that curiosity to develop myself. And no, Saeed was my biggest cheerleader. We got married when I was 18 and he was 28. And he kept, like, when I doubt myself, he keeps saying, oh, Mariam.
30.
Oh, sorry, 30.
No, I'm glad you're
12
making
years.
me younger.
He's 12 years. I don't do maths. I know arithmetic, but I don't do maths. But I kept doubting. He would say, Mariam, you know you can do this. And he says it with so much conviction. I was like, no, and literally I really didn't think. And then once I do it, I come back. You've never met somebody so eager to hear, well, how did it go? And he was always. And slowly I started to pluck up courage. Many times he was like, give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. And then I would do it, and I may make a big fat fool of myself. Let's say at public speaking, that was one that I was frightened to death about. I couldn't speak in front of more than 3 to 5 people. And even though I grew up in a home with public speakers, but the day I did, I came home crying. And I felt so embarrassed because I forgot even my name that I had. My father gave me a name and I didn't even remember. I stood up on stage and I was like, my name is...
Maybe they thought you put him in act.
Wallahi, I couldn't remember my name. My mouth was dry, my stomach had clenched, my knees were knocking. And I was telling Saeed, I made a big fool of myself and I talked rubbish. And he says, they don't know what you had in mind to say, so they will think you planned to say what you said. He just had a way. And alhamdulillah, those little words of affirmation, encouragement, and so on, finally started to, because the more experience you have, the more experience you have, the more knowledge you have, and it brings wisdom, and the practice makes progress. So I wish I had that, but again, I don't doubt anything when it comes to my past, other than it was part of divine design, that Allah made me go through it so that I can give others advice and tips who may be going through that. So I just wasn't enough, and now I would say, Mariam, you've got this. And I say that to everybody, you've got this.